Welcome to Kellyanne Cares, a one-of-a-kind show created to motivate, stimulate, educate, and inspire you, personally and professionally. Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm an entrepreneur, patient advocate, content creator, and author. You may know me from the Everything is Messy book, brand, and podcast. But what you may not know is how hard I had to work to get me to where I am today. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And in this season, I'm more driven and extremely passionate about my purpose to help you save the time, money, and energy it takes to be happier and get healthier with your mind, body, business, and life. Tune in every week to hear raw, unfiltered conversations from myself and my incredible guests as we discuss trending topics, share stories of resilience, and chat about all things health, wealth, healing, and wellness. Whether you're here to listen, learn, or laugh, I promise to bring awareness and add more value to your day. Take this time to relax and recharge. Listen, life is short. Invest in yourself. Be loud, be different, be you, and most importantly, enjoy the ride. Buckle up because today's podcast experience starts now. One more thing, sharing is caring. I would love your thoughts on today's episode. Head on over to Apple Podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Want to continue the conversation? Let's connect online. You can find me at kellyannegorman.com and all my social links are in the show notes. Now let's get into today's show. Hello, happy March 1st. March is my favorite holiday. Only 16 more days until I can get that Irish soda bread recipe out to you. No, but in all seriousness, I'm so excited for St. Patrick's Day. And I'm also so excited to be finally recording. If you hear a little background roughage, that would be the wind because I'm currently staring at these beautiful snow-capped mountains. The sun is finally shining, but it was pouring down rain. I could not record. It was echoing off my mic. And that's just the shit that podcasters have to deal with when, I don't know, you decide to have a podcast. You just got to roll with the punches. And there's no rules in podcasting. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to production and all of those things. However, this is life, and I'm here to share what's going on in my life. So I guess the weather, everything, ironically, it all just ties in and makes sense. So it is so pretty right now. Besides the wind, the sun is out. The mountains are capped with snow. Complete snow downfall happened. I don't know how much, but it looks really pretty. I'm about to go on a very brisk walk because I forgot my coat. But the last episode I recorded for you was, I believe, January 26th or 28th. And today, as I mentioned, is March 1st. And I'm here to share where I've been, what I've been up to, and I guess just why I've been recording only one show a month. And honestly, I felt that I had zero content left in me. I didn't know where I wanted to go, what I wanted to say. I just honestly feel a little bit lost. I wrote a really personal newsletter on LinkedIn yesterday and I shared it all over my socials. So if you want to check that out, feel free. But I just have had a lot of thoughts in my head, where I am personally and professionally. Am I supposed to be on a different path? What are all these tough lessons and shit I'm going through once again in my life trying to teach me? And a lot of the stuff I wrote yesterday was okay, I go through all of this stuff to make me obviously a better person so that I can be a better person for my friends around me that are my family, my clients that are around me that have become my family, and just anybody I come into contact with. It makes me a better person. And that is fact. Absolute fact. There is a reason why I got a second chance at life. There is a reason why. That made me a huge patient advocate, and that is so, so important to me. That will always be top priority in my mind. And why am I back in Vegas? I don't know. Why am I not at the ocean? I just posted an entrepreneurial quote. I think it was Steve Harvey on my TikTok, but I use the ocean and I'm I used to go to the ocean every day and, sit there and think about my life. And now it's I have to go on these cold ass walks to do so. But why am I saying it's awful? It's not awful. It's I'm here for a reason. I am so grateful to have a life. So I'm why the hell am I complaining? When you have moments like this in your life, you really need to give yourself a little fucking reality check and be sit in gratitude and shut the hell up. I'm not kidding. This is literally what I did to myself this week. I'm there's so much going on in my head. I put a ton of pressure on myself. I'm sure you know that if you're not new here, because I say that a lot and it's just something I've always done. And I was on the phone with a friend of mine who's also an entrepreneur, and we're like, why do we yell at ourselves like when we take naps in the afternoon? Like, our parents are still like, you can't take a nap in the middle of the afternoon. Like, why are we like that? And then we got into this whole conversation about childhood trauma and all that. And that was just very emotional for me. And so here we are. Today's March 1st. I'm sorry about the wind, but this is reality, and this is my reality. And I'm here to share the best kind of content I have for you. And what's in my head, I always share. What's in my heart, I always share. And if you're here for your mind, your body, your business, and your life, and if you're here to up level, you've come to the right spot. So if you are new here, my name is Kelly. I'm obviously the host of Kelly Ann Cares. I launched this show back in 2017 when it was the Happy Workaholic. And long story short, I launched a podcast because I thought I was going to be blind and paralyzed for a disease I never had, which I then moved forward with 6 med-mal cases. I had to become an attorney overnight and do all of that. So if you want the backstory on that, head to kellyannagorman.com, type in medical malpractice, and there you go. All the episodes will pop up. That's actually the best way for you to search different kind of content on the show. So if you don't give a shit about anything else, but you want to learn about all things LinkedIn, you go to kellyannagorman.com and you go to the top right search bar and you type in LinkedIn. Boom, all of your episodes will pop up. I'm the most organized person on the planet. I pride myself in saying that, as well as providing the best service for you, the listeners, as well as my clients and others around me. I just am a people pleaser. I like to do things like that. So if you're into productivity, you will get all the best tips and tricks, business tools, all the things right here on this show. I also share a lot of tips and tricks when it comes to business, LinkedIn, podcasting, personal development, personal growth. I'm bringing on guests finally, but I'm trying to secure a studio here in Las Vegas. And when I'm here, and so I'm trying to figure out that situation. Oh my God, these 2 black crows are having like the most difficult time flying. Like the wind is literally moving. I wish you could see this. Hopefully they'll keep it up and I'll post it to my stories. So when I launched my show, the Happy Workaholic Podcast, on my birthday, June 10th, 2017, it was because at the end of the day, all I was going to have is my voice. So I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk at the time. I've told this story like a million times. That is how I got into podcasting. Cut to all these other business owners and online entrepreneurs and people in my bubble online asked me like, how the fuck did you just do that? So I created something that needed to exist. I am a big fan of doing this because when I see something that doesn't exist and I want to help people, I create it so that I can. I love doing shit like this, whether it's in your pantry organizing, whether it's a business tool, whether it's a medical product, whether it's a podcast development service. That is what I did. I launched Your Podcast Production. I later came out with a school, which I'll get into, profile audits, all the things. Same thing goes for LinkedIn. I created something that needed to exist. I wrote my book because it needed to exist. Does it exist anywhere else? Absolutely not, because it's a 2-in-1. It's 10 chapters of personal development served with a whole bunch of healthy recipes, whether they're breakfast, lunch, dinner, sweet side, savory snacks, and there's a shit ton of content over on my TikTok, which, by the way, I'm still debating whether or not I should keep the 2. Everything is messy and Kelly Ann Gorman official, because the algorithm just sucks lately, and that is something else I'm going to get into. So when I launched my show, I ended up launching a podcast development company because that is what people needed. Nobody knew how to launch a podcast. And then all these other coaches started popping up, and everything I do is a done-for-you service. But then I was like, people want to learn at their own time. Like, all these moms are busy. They either have like 5 a.m. wake-up calls or go to bed really late, or they're working nurses and moms, and they need pockets of time, but I'm not available. So I launched a school, which, by the way, just recently relaunched. So these mountains are so pretty. Like, I just need to reflect. Like, this is why I just came here, I think, to record this show for you. So let's just recap where I've been since our last episode. So mentally, physically, emotionally, that's what I'm talking about. So I just feel like I'm not putting my best self first. I've gone through waves of emotions, trauma, work, wellness. Like, I've had so many good days, like really, really, really good days, but then I have really, really, really bad days. And when I say bad, I'm talking about depression. And I'm a complete open book when it comes to anxiety and depression. I talk about how I help cure myself and the things that I do to prevent and to maintain a happy head. And saffron is one of them. Dr. Amen, look him up. He is like a brain guru. He researches brains for a living. You can get brain scans from him. He does a lot of PTSD and alcohol and drugs research after the fact with the brain. But that's how I learned about saffron. So I always sprinkle it in my teas, especially when it's that time of the month. Oh my God, does it enhance my mood? Like, my depression is just coming. Like, I can feel it. So that actually helps with the inflammation on your brain, which happens when you're depressed. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a professional patient. And I just wanted to share that with you. But also, some of my tips when I'm waking up in the morning, and if you get out of bed and you put your feet on the ground, just say thank you. You make your bed and you go back into it. At least at the end of the day, if you end up being curled up in a ball in bed all day, you could say, I fucking got up. I went to the bathroom. I made my bed. Be proud of yourself. You did that. Like, you just did that. A lot of people can't do that. And I started doing that when I was going through chemo, and I literally couldn't do shit except get the fuck up, you know? So, by the way, don't listen to the show around kids. I probably should have prefaced this. But if you didn't see the Big E, then now you know. So, those are just some of my tips and tricks. Also, get in nature. Go outside. That's why I'm going outside. I'm going to freeze my ass off, but the sun is shining. There's absolutely no excuse. I can walk my legs. Even if it's for 10 minutes, you could say, I went for 10 minutes. Instead of saying, I wish I went for that walk. So, I just dropped my notebook. I have so many notes for you because I was so excited to talk to you. I seriously missed you so much. And it's just been like such a struggle to record. Just because like I didn't know where I was, what I wanted to do, like just so much. So when I'm feeling like that, a couple other things I do when, you know, where I'm not, I just put so much fucking pressure on myself. I need to start meditating and doing something else that helps. You know, I'm a huge sound bowl fan. I'm obsessed with sound healing, and I've been doing it for years, and I swear by it. But there's certain steps I have to take in order to level up personally and professionally that I literally am living through, like what I wrote in my book. Everything is messy because, as my friend said yesterday, she's like, every day we just need to do one thing to move the needle. I'm like, you're right. Like, we have this long ass list of to-dos. We both have multiple projects we're working on, multiple clients, and it's like, we were both sick at one point. We both have anxiety and depression. We're like, why is this happening to us? And luckily we have each other, because it's like such bullshit. You feel like, you know, you talk to your friend and you're like, why the fuck is this shit happening to us? And then we say, it's happening for us. We're moving forward. You know, like, you can say all that, but in reality, just be honest, like, it fucking sucks. So do things that can keep you on the positive path. And some of those, honestly, for me, are my routines. My AM and PM routine are so important to me. And I feel like a different person when I do them. And by different, I mean better. So I did a couple episodes back, because I've only been doing one a month. You'll find them. I believe it's 336 and 337. How to improve your overall health and wellness and health and wealth and all of that stuff. So go scroll back to 336 and 337. I believe that they are. Yeah, because this is 338. And you'll learn about the wellness challenge I did for myself to up-level my mind, body, business, and life. And I suggest you try one out for yourself if that's something that you feel like you're craving in any department of your life. Because in the morning, these are my to-dos. Meditate, journal, stretch. There's a 5-minute stretch I use on YouTube. Oil pulling, because everything starts in your mouth. And my teeth were sensitive, so oil pulling actually like whitens your teeth. And I go into all of these like in depth on those two shows, and there's links for everything I use for that. I go on a walk. I hydrate with my homemade electrolytes, which is pink salt and baking soda. I read some of my money books or whatever I feel like reading, listen to podcasts. I put my legs on the wall, 15 to 30 minutes I try to do, and I do my sound baths. And then at night, I need to lower the lights, whether that's red or purple. I just recently worked with a company, and they sent me these LED strips, and I love them. And I have my pink Himalayan salt lamp, and I do my oral care, and then I do my sound bath. And that's I have a hiccup. Sorry, I'm talking so fast because I'm so excited to record, but I'm also so nervous it's going to pick up really bad with the wind. I just have to have this routine. And I'll switch things up every now and again, which I suggest you do too, because you will probably get sick of things. But like my workouts, I was doing these Pilates workouts with like the bands and the resistance training. And like if I'm walking a lot up and down hills, like I don't really want like big thighs, so I'm trying to like lean out. So I'll do like more stretches and just more walks. Walking burns so much fat, and walking is just so good for like literally your head and your body, just all aspects of your body and head. It like honestly has done wonders for my mental health. And so that's my morning and evening routine. And by sticking to that, I feel better. And once I've done with my morning routine, I could say, wow, holy shit, I accomplished all of that. And honestly, I do this all before like 10 o'clock. I've been up since 4. So that's also why I'm kind of wired. Because I just left the house. I'm like, oh my God, it's only 10, like it's only 10:30. Like I feel like it should be 12:30. But, some of the chapters I want to share with you, because I literally I've reread my own book a couple times over the past like 9 months, and it's so weird. It's like I wrote it for myself to heal, and then I wrote it for others to level up in business and life and to create delicious, healthy recipes. And then it's like I have to reread it to remind myself, like, look what you did, or you need this, or you need to revisit this, like, and that's okay too. So chapter 1 is titled, Get Organized. 2, Put in the Work. 3, Enjoy the Little Things, which is me staring at these beautiful mountains right now. Embrace the Change, which I also wrote, took an excerpt from. My second to last LinkedIn newsletter, I believe, like 2 newsletters ago. Last week I put it out. Chapter 5 is titled Take Control. 6, The Possibilities Are Endless. 7, You Deserve the Best. 8, Fuck the Fear. 9, Create and Execute a Plan. And 10, Accept Who You Are. And I should have that Accept Where You Are too. So, and then I have a poem in the back. I forget who wrote it, but it's titled Don't Quit. Don't quit. God, I can't speak. I can never speak. I'm so excited when I talk to you because it's only like once a month now. So I'm like, da-da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, I've only had one coffee, I promise. So there's that. So that's where I'm at. So I'm doing more evening and more like really focusing on getting back outside, even though it's freezing cold, getting back into my routines because they just make me feel better, and creating more things that need to exist. That being said, I wanted to share that Start Your Podcast Today and Leverage Your LinkedIn Today. My on-demand schools and audio experiences are back. I relaunched them officially today. So if you are looking to start your podcast or leverage your LinkedIn and you're not ready for a full investment, these schools and this experience is something that you are absolutely going to need. The pre-sale pricing has ended. However, if you did not take advantage of the pre-sale pricing and you hear this on March 1st, I will extend that pricing for you. So it's $800 off Start Your Podcast Today, and it's $400 off Leverage Your LinkedIn Today. So you go at your own pace and you learn how to utilize LinkedIn for your own personal brand, your business, and your career. As for the podcast, you learn how to launch, develop, write, produce, market, monetize, all things podcasting is within this school. And also, you get one-on-one coaching with me. I'm literally in your back pocket. You get on-demand videos because you're going to have a million questions when it comes to production, especially if you want to teach yourself and you have no idea what you're doing. Trust me, because that's how I started. And I'm going to show you. You get me in your back pocket. So if you don't want to have me, take over your show and develop the whole thing, you truly want to learn like how to become a podcaster, how to become a producer, or maybe you want to just invest in a program that's going to get you better at what you're doing. Maybe you already are a podcaster and you're looking to rebrand or take your show to the next level where you deserve to be at. This is also for you. So if you go to kellyanngorman.com, you could check out all the details. Again, it's I almost said Monday. Today is Wednesday, March 1st. How the fuck is it March 1st, first of all? I can't even believe it, but I'm so excited. There's St. Patrick's Day shit everywhere, and that makes me so happy. I will extend that pricing again to you. It's $800 off Start Your Podcast Today, $400 off Leverage Your LinkedIn Today, and just contact me today by the end of the day, midnight. So the next 2 episodes of the show are going to be featuring those 2 schools, so stay tuned. They will be coming out this week. And now, moving into this next part of the show, I want to share some tools with you because today is the first of the month, as I've said like 500 times. So on the first of every month, there are a lot of things that I do to recap my previous month, which is organize my desktop, track all of my numbers, all of my expenses, all of my downloads, all my social media stats, all of my books sold, all the things, all numbers related, okay? I put them in a Microsoft Excel doc. Don't let that scare you. I created it. It's completely customizable, and it's available for you today for $9.97. If you are somebody that works in the digital space, as do I, you track your numbers on the first of every month. You see your growth. You see where you need to spend less time. Maybe you need to spend more time. You tally them up at the end of the year, and you're like, holy shit, this is what I accomplished. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. I've been using this, I think, for 3 years now. It's something I just like literally put together and customized it, and it's completely blank so that you can do the same. So that if it is for your household expenses, it's for your business, you want to duplicate it, go ahead and do so. It's available for you today. The link is in the show notes. It's on my Stand store. It's $9.97, same as Everything is Messy, the digital version of my book. That is also $9.97. You can grab your copies today. Those are going to get you the most organized and keep you productive and get you where you need to be. Trust me, I'm rereading my book. So what else? Go Pure Beauty is a brand that I just started working with for skincare. If you want to check out 100% cruelty-free brand, it is super clean. I'm using the vitamin C in the morning and I'm using the retinol at night. And I do see a difference in the beginning. It takes like a little while, you know, when you switch up your skincare routine. But head to my TikTok and check out that video. But also if you want to grab it at a discounted rate, again, the link will be in the notes. If you are somebody that, again, is creating content, you're trying to be in a million places at once. I literally had a client message me like, my link isn't working on TikTok. And I'm like, I don't own TikTok, but this is why you use repurpose.io, because now you're available on all social platforms. Like, remember a couple years ago when Facebook and Instagram like shut down and everybody was losing their mind because they live on Facebook and Instagram? I'm like, why are you not on Pinterest, on YouTube, on TikTok, like anywhere else? Like, why do you not have a newsletter? Excuse me. I think it's time for my saffron tea. These are things you need to think about. If you rely on social media and the internet to make a living, you better be everywhere. So repurpose.io is something that I've been using for years that literally repurposes all of my content. I have a whole marketing funnel system I've created for myself that I usually just repurpose for my clients because they're on the same social pages as am I. But I also use it for my podcast. And you just create a funnel, or I can just give you mine. And you hook up the system and boom, you do. My first platform is this podcast you're listening to, as well as my TikToks. So if you're watching my content on Pinterest, on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram Reels, all of that content is actually coming from TikTok. It takes off the watermarks, it uploads it, and repurposes the content everywhere. As far as the show, it goes to YouTube, it goes to Facebook, it goes to Twitter. Like, I have a whole system. I'm very organized when it comes to this stuff. So if you want this tool, you have 2 weeks off with my code, plus an additional 20% off. I only pay $25 a month. So for you, it's like $20. And it's the best tool I've ever invested in. I do not need a virtual assistant because I use this tool. Again, it's repurpose.io. Grab the link, and my code is Everything is Messy, but just go ahead and click the link in my notes. It's a lot easier to get to. And I have a bunch of how-to videos on my TikTok, and you can also check theirs out on their TikTok because it's like a DIY situation, and it literally will take you less than an hour to set up your whole system. And then you focus on one platform and you repurpose the shit out of your content, and it's going to go everywhere. So in the case that TikTok shuts down or Instagram shuts down, your content is still getting seen everywhere, okay? You need to cover all bases. So if you have a YouTube channel and you want to turn it into little clips or things like that, you can also do that. So that's amazing. So again, it's repurpose.io. I believe my code is Everything is Messy, but just go to the show notes, click the link. That will give you 2 weeks free plus 20% off your monthly fee. So it's like $20 if you choose to move forward with it. So at least try it out for 2 weeks. I mean, it's free. Why wouldn't you do that? I swear by it. I've had 76,000 views on shit on my YouTube because of this tool. You never know when shit's going to go viral. I just saw this woman pull over and she's like literally taking a picture of the mountains. That's how, like, sitting in gratitude. I'm doing a lot more of that today and moving forward. So What else do I want to share with you? My Stand store is where you can find all my books, programs, and tools. And that's where you can find all the links below, as well as my site. But it's a lot prettier to look at and quick links. They're like really, really quick links. You can sign up to become an affiliate for myself. You can earn 10% back. It's great passive income. You can sign up for your Stand store and become an affiliate there as well. I'm all about passive income. Making money in your sleep is literally the best thing ever. And then lastly, Fetch Rewards is something I talk about all the time. I'm obsessed with this app. I've been using it, I think, for like 3 years, maybe even more, because I feel like it was pre-pandemic at this point. So you take a picture of your receipts, you upload them, you get points. Those points then turn into gift cards. So whether it's Amazon, a restaurant, any online shopping, you can even donate to a charity. That's Fetch Rewards. And they always have these little games going in the app so you can like win extra points, and we'll even show you like what's on sale or like how many points you'll get, not what's on sale, but how many points you'll get for like specific things. So if you're shopping for household with kid stuff and granola bars, you get like all these extra points. Like if it makes sense, like go get them, you get extra points, then you get free shit on Amazon. I just got a free Brita filter. So that was the last purchase. The next one I think is going to be, I forget what I wanted to get on Amazon, but I'm going to use my points. Speaking of Amazon, have you been to my Amazon store lately? Because I just updated all of my favorite business organizing productivity tools, kitchen tools, all the things. And you can check them out there. The LED lights I'm using now for my evening routine, those are there. They're called Vont, V-O-N-T, and they're in the electronics category. Again, everything is nice and organized. I just actually realized I didn't update my photo there this morning. This is what happens when you've been up since 4 a.m. The first of the month is a very, very busy day for me. But my priority was to record this show somehow. At least it's not pouring rain, right? It's just subtle winds in the background. But I really wanted to come back and share with you, like, how I feel lost and how if you're feeling the same, like you're not alone. I have weekly scheduled calls with other friends of mine that I've been friends with for years that are also entrepreneurs. And I swear we cry like every time we talk. We're like, why? Or we're like excited, like, why? You know, like, why me? Or why this time? Or oh, holy shit. Or dealing with client drama or like scheduling drama. Or like, are we going to make it through? Like, let's have a powwow, having a drink. And like, we need a fucking retreat. And like, I don't even think I posted about this. Maybe I did on my LinkedIn. But I was like, if you want to come and brainstorm with other fucking amazing entrepreneurs and business owners, say like on my birthday, June 10th, like, would you come? Like, and have an amazing and incredible retreat. And I'll bring in like a shit ton of brands and we'll just have one big party, but also it can be my birthday party. Would you come? Because I feel like I need to do this. I don't know. Yesterday was like such a turning point for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because today's March 1st. It was like a really intense day. I'm not going to lie. But I kind of have like major breakthroughs. And so sitting in silence when you're feeling lost and stuck and, you know, you've got to become more consistent. And that's what I do with my routines. And that at the end of the day makes me feel better. And when I feel better, I am better, like for those around me. So I don't know, if you need to hear this, share, or you know somebody that needed to hear this, go ahead and share this episode with a friend. But also, if you leave a review over on Apple Podcasts, make sure you screenshot and tag me at Kellyanne Gorman Official, whether on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, so that I can send you a free copy of my book. And if you want the Microsoft Excel doc, I'll send you that too. I just really want to know like what type of content you want to see more of or hear more of. In the next coming months. I cannot wait to have guests on. I'm just trying to secure a studio because I really need a studio here in Vegas. And lastly, if you are a small business owner and you're looking to get more eyes and ears to your brand, please make sure you check out my UGC for small business owners. It's on my website. The link is in the show notes. Just go to kellyanngorman.com. It's also on my Stand store. If you are on TikTok, you follow me there. On my Instagram, the link is in the bio. And it's also in the show notes, so check that out. It's $97, and basically I record commercials for you and videos and share it on my platforms as well as this show. So not the next two shows, but I think the show after, I'll be starting to announce them here so that you can go support other small business owners that I have been working with over the last couple of months. So life is moving fast. It moves very fast. I was feeling really lost, but now I feel good. And I'm just riding this entrepreneurial wave. That's it. And I always want to be completely upfront and honest with you. And recording shows is really, really hard. And creating content is really hard when it's not, for the show specifically, which is weird because I've been doing this for 6 solid years. And over the last year, I've taken the most breaks I've ever taken. But that's needed so that you can get your creative juices flowing, get your mojo back, and just fucking feel good. And you need a goddamn break. So it's so funny because yesterday I was talking to another friend of mine and she's like, oh my God, remember, like, we're talking about how I was recording my audiobook and how I sprained my vocal cords and how it took me like 6 months to get into this like vocal cord specialist who deals with like professional singers and celebrities like at UCSD. And I needed to learn how to use my voice box because it was completely shot. Because like during the pandemic, I worked on so many shows and I was recording and I was batching content and I like literally destroyed my vocal cords. So maybe I needed this time to heal. And now maybe I want to redo my audiobook. Well, I honestly have to because my voice, I sound like an 85-year-old smoking cigar man. So that's crap, those audio files. But we were just like, why are these things happening? Like, it's just so crazy how life works out. But we're like, one day at a time, do one thing to move the needle forward. Being an entrepreneur is so hard. You've got to be relentless. You've got to stay true to your end game, your end result. And I'm doing this to help you. I'm doing this to help others. I don't just do this to like run a business and a brand. Like, I truly want to be the best possible person I can so that I can help more people get to the place where they want to be. So if that's you, I'm so glad you're here. If you're into more health and wellness, stay tuned for those episodes. Make sure you go to kellyanngorman.com after this show. Go to the subject box, top right of my website, I believe it's at, and type in a subject you want to hear about, and all of those episodes will pop up. I really wanted to make it as like organized as possible. I just upgraded a lot on my website, so you'll see all the new changes, my new red hair, like all the things over there. But what else? I think that's it. I just wanted to come on, record an episode for you, kind of update you and like share where I've been and what's going on and why it's hard to record and like where we're going to go with the show. And podcast movement is in Las Vegas next week. So I'm excited to maybe do a meetup with other podcasters. If you are one, hit me up. Let's connect. I would love to do that. But the next 2 episodes are going to be about Start Your Podcast Today and Leverage Your LinkedIn Today, and doing a recap on those schools because I think it's really, really important to share that content, because the only reason why I relaunched them is because everybody's asking me for this information. So I wanted to add a lot more creative outlets to that and add more for you within the price so that it makes sense for both of us. But also, I'm the queen of over delivering, so I like to add in a lot more time when it's like one-on-one coaching, because you're going to have a lot of questions. So I want to make sure I'm available for you. So that's what those are about, and stay tuned for the next 2 episodes because I'm going to dive deep into both of those. And then the following episode, that's 339, 340, and then the next episode, I don't know what I want to talk about. If you have any ideas, again, go rate, review, subscribe over on Apple Podcasts. And I mean, you get a free book out of it. Why wouldn't you do that right now? And just let me know what kind of content you want. I appreciate you for always listening and sharing and reviewing and just supporting me in all the ways. This has been a wild ride. Literally, I'm in a car and it's moving as I say that. Like, oh my God, so many full circle moments happening right now. But I feel good. I'm just, riding the wave of being a business owner and an entrepreneur. And I feel like a lot of people are struggling after the pandemic, and it's turning, a lot of people are getting laid off, and I just feel like I do really well learning how to pivot and embracing the change. And I've been talking a lot about that on LinkedIn and in my newsletters, and I already wrote about it in my book because I've already experienced all of this when I got sick and had to bring a new business to the internet, when I was running around Las Vegas on ramps dealing with private jets and having a luxury concierge business. Like, that was supposed to be like a forever thing, And here I am, completely different person, completely healthy, and completely different business. So you just never know where life will take you. As I'm staring at snow-capped mountains, like, you just never know. All I know is that I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have you here. I'm grateful that it's March 1st and St. Patrick's Day is 16 days away. And I'm grateful that you're going to leave me a review so that you can tell me what you want me to share with you next time. So make sure you visit all the links in the show notes. I know I say it a lot, but I really want you to click those links because I'm all about saving you time, money, and energy. And that's how you can do that. And I think that's it. Before I get blown away, I think it's time for a quick little walk, even if it's a 10-minute. And let me know what you thought about this episode. I cannot wait for you to hear the next ones. And I will let you know and keep you posted on some studio vibes so that I can finally start sharing my guest episodes with you again. And I have a feeling you're going to know some of them. So that's it. I'm signing off. I'm going to produce this show. I'm going to upload it. I'm going to share it on my socials. I'm going to finish my end of month to-do list today. And then I think I'm going to go for another walk with a friend. And it's Taco Wednesday. It's not Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Wednesday. And one last thing, actually. If you're following me online for recipes, do you want them in one spot or do you want them on my Everything is Messy TikTok? Let me know that too. Let me know your thoughts. That's it. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm very grateful that you're here. I'm glad I have this space where I can vent and share and help you and organize you and just be 100% raw and real with you. I mean, I'm just an open book. I always have been. And I feel like that's the best way, is to be honest and share my truth so that I can help you if you're feeling the same way I'm feeling, especially if you're a business owner right now. Shit's hard. And that's why I set up weekly calls with a lot of friends of mine. So if you want to join that list, like, we literally hop on FaceTime and just talk because we all need each other as a therapist. That's literally why. We have drinks, we have coffee, whatever the fuck you want to do. If your hair is in a messy bun and you're doing laundry, like, let's fucking do it together. Anyway, that's it. I'm signing off. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure you listen to the brand new outro, and I will see you again soon. Thanks so much for tuning in to Kellyanne Cares, a one-of-a-kind show created to motivate, stimulate, educate, and inspire you. And I hope that happened for you today. As I mentioned in the intro, I would love your feedback on today's episode. Head to Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app to leave a review for the show. I would truly appreciate it. For more information on myself, the show, my book, and the programs, products, and services I've created, visit kellyanngorman.com. While you're there, be sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the podcast community, and check out the brands I'm currently loving. Let's continue today's conversation. You can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Kellyanne Gorman Official. All my other social handles will be available for you in the show notes. If you have a product, brand, story, or service you would like to share on the show, send me a message on kellyanngorman.com today. As always, thanks for listening, sharing, and reviewing. I wouldn't be here without you, and I'm so grateful I get to do what I love each and every day. Wishing you a happy, healthy, positive, and productive day, and I'll talk to you again soon.